So, hello everyone and welcome back to another video. I haven't been doing a lot of content lately, mostly because I just really was feeling like playing a lot of games lately, and I also kind of ran out of ideas to do things. However, a while ago, I think a month ago, I think even longer than that, I ordered some stuff from a fella called Gramax LP from, he's in Austria, I'm in Germany, so it's not that far to send a package. Also some friends also got some stuff from him, which I also have here now and I'm gonna send out. But my part of the package was a lot of graphics cards. I already posted a picture on the community tab, and yeah, basically we're gonna go through that, because those are, well, they were very cheap, so you can probably tell that it's not 1080s or 980 Ti's, but they're still interesting nonetheless, I think. So yeah, so here's the first one. This is a 8600 GS, and this is pretty much what all the cards looks like. They're old. I mean, Tesla's not that old. There's older stuff than that, but basically, the way I chose the cards is they have to have HDMI or DVI, and they have to at least be able to run DirectX 10, because, or was it even DirectX 11? I'm not sure. I think I said it has to be DirectX 11, so I can run 3D Mark 11 on it and not just Vantage. But anyway. Yeah, so we have an 8600 GS. The nice thing is that most of these cards actually have Samsung memory on them, which means that these could be pretty good for memory overclocking. Like, basically through all the generations I've known, Samsung memory was pretty much always the best. So there's a trend, and I would be expecting that Samsung memory on this generation would also be pretty good, because usually it clocks pretty high, and usually it scales with voltage. So yeah, so here we have an 8600 GS. Then here's the next one. This one actually came with like a little passive heatsink on it. It's a Sapphire card. And actually, what is this? It's an HD 3470. So this is an AMD one. And yeah, I mean, it has a single phase V-core, single phase memory. Like, these are all fairly low power cards, which I like, because I'm just gonna throw water block on them and just will not have to worry at all about cooling them. Here we have another one. This is another G84, so this is gonna be a 8600 GTS, not just GS, so GTS. So basically this one has an SLI, well, yeah, this one has an SLI finger, and I think that is, well, it's different memory chips. This should be GDDR3, this is probably normal DDR3 or DDR2. But yeah, another card, Samsung memory again. This one, actually I'm not sure, one of these inductors might be an input fit. Like, the thing is, all of these have pretty pathetic VRMs. Most of them have pretty pathetic VRMs. What I'm planning to do for at least the ones that are slightly more higher power is actually just remove the inductors and just e-power them, because that's not gonna be that hard to do. Like, okay, this is one of the slightly better ones. Sadly, this one is on Hynix memory. This is one of the few that are, yeah, this is Hynix AFR. It's an HD 5770. I think this is actually GDDR5. Which is kind of sad, because, well, actually Hynix AFR is better than MFR, so I'll take that. But yeah, this is an HD 5770. It's actually, is this VDDCI? This could be memory, and then we have 3 phases core. Could be. Yeah, those are one VRM. So this is core, and then one of these is VRM, VDDCI and MEM. But yeah, so this 5770 is, I think, the newest card in the entire thing, like in the lot. But yeah, 5770. Then this one already has a heatsink on it. This is a 8800 GT, which I have another one. I have actually two 8800 GTs. Here's another one. That's what they look like without a heatsink. Sadly, these two are also on. I don't know which memory this has, because this one has a base plate, but this one's Hynix as well. So basically all the cool cards have Hynix, and the ones that like basically no one runs have good memory. But yeah, this one I actually kind of like. Like you see that there's a lot of cap mod potential here. And then this, yeah, I could just pull the inductors and just e-power the thing. Like, yeah. So, two 8800 GTs. Then, we have another AMD card, that's kind of interesting. This is a 4870. Yeah, it's a 4870. And this one seems to be a 4-phase core and then 1 phase for VDDCI and memory. Might e-power this. Also, this one is on Qimonda RAM. I have no idea what that might. Maybe these are rebranded chips. Maybe these are just like Samsung, or actually this. You can kind of see how they have like this cutoff at the side. I think I've seen it on some Elpida chips. Maybe these are like very early Elpida chips. I don't know. We're gonna find out. But yeah, Qimonda memory. HD 4870. And then there's a few more just small cards. This is another AMD card. What is this? An HD 3650. Okay. Still says ATI on it. Actually, I think it says ATI on all the AMD cards as I've called them here. Here we have a GT240, which I already had one of, but I had the DDR4 version. This one seems to be GDDR5, or GDDR3 at least. Also Samsung. I'm probably gonna e-power. I always wanted to e-power a GT240 for some reason. And since I now have two of them, guess I can e-power this one. So yeah, GT240, here's another ATI one. This is a 2600 XT. Okay. And then the last card is this one. This one's a bit weird. So you remember how I said that the requirements were it has to run, I think it was DirectX 11. I think all of these should be doing DirectX 11, if not it was DirectX 10. But I think it's DirectX 11. And the other requirement was they have to have an HDMI or DVI port. So Gramex told me, yep, this one has a DVI port. Sadly, that's not a DVI port. That's, I think, something proprietary that Apple used. So I have no, this is an SVDU and a proprietary. I have no way of using this one as it is. I could still do GPU Pi on this, but I'm not gonna be running anything that requires to plug the card into a monitor with this Radeon 610. Yeah, Radeon 610. I don't know. Doesn't say more than that. And yeah, that's the lot. Just a bunch of graphics cards that I'm gonna be messing with. So of course I'm gonna start with the slightly more interesting ones. I do run all of them. Basically I thought I'm just gonna take a bunch of old cards that are probably interesting just to figure out how the architecture works. But mainly I'm interested in these four. The two 8800 GTs, the 4870 and the 5770. Those are the ones I'm interested in the most, and those are the ones I'm gonna run first. As you can see, this 8800 GT always has already has a heatsink on it, and I already tried to run this one. because this one has a memory like cold plate, and this one has a slightly better VRM than this one. Like, they're both 3-phase V-core, but this one has 2 low sides per phase, whereas this one has 1. So I was like, I have no idea if the VRMs for these are adequate, if they're gonna be enough, or if it's gonna blow up at some point. So I was like, hey, this has the better VRM. Probably gonna be... Actually, I don't have voltage control on this, at least not in the conventional way, so... Volt modding will probably happen, and as I said, I could also just like e-power a bunch of them, which I'm... Like, the thing is, you can make e-powers that are like permanent. Like, you really use the card without the e-power anymore. But since these cards are so old, if I leave the PWM controller on, it probably won't shut down the other like that controller. Like, actually, that... Okay, we have 2 of these. Like, is there PEX on this? Yeah, there is a small radar on here. Huh. But yeah, like, these controllers look pretty basic. I'm hoping that if I'm just gonna pull the inductors, attach the e-power, and I'm hoping that the card will just work that way, because then when I'm done and move on to the next card, I just put the inductors back on and I have a working card that I can then sell on eBay, because I'm not gonna keep, like, I'm probably gonna keep these 4, and then the other ones I might keep some of if I like them. But most of these will probably find their way onto eBay at some point, because I am running out of space. So, yeah. That's it basically. Just a small video, got a bunch of graphics cards, gonna be messing with them. And yeah, and so it is September now. Next month's October. In October, I am planning to get the phase change cooler I was talking about. And I'm gonna rerun a bunch of stuff. I'm gonna run these on that as well. Oh, the thing is, the phase change, like the evaporator plate, has like a diameter of I think 53 millimeters. It's not gonna fit on this. It might just about fit on this. So I have like it's gonna fit on like Nvidia cards, on like new Nvidia cards. I'm not entirely sure about this mount. Like, this should be the same mounting spacing that like the 7970 has. I am not entirely sure if it's gonna fit that. I think it will, but I'm not entirely sure, because the way I'm gonna buy it, it's meant to go on a CPU. Meant to go on a CPU, and I'm gonna have to make a custom mounting bracket for GPUs. And there is an evaporator plate that's being sold already with a GPU plate on it, and it looks like it supports this mounting. Not this one, I don't think it's this one, but I think it supports this mounting. It's already being sold, so it shouldn't be too hard to just, like, I have access to a CNC. I could just make a custom mounting bracket. Not gonna be that hard. But, yeah. And I think, yeah, that should be it for the video. It's just, yeah. New graphics card. I still don't know which one I'm gonna be serious about benching first. I just wanna, like, I've never worked with any of these. I guess I work with the GTX 280 ones, which I think is the same architecture as this, but this is an early iteration. Or is it? I actually don't know. But yeah, I do want to test the cards first to get like kind of a feel of how the architecture behaves, and then I want to go about like modding them and then like actually overclocking them and stuff. And I don't like, I like this one a lot. I like the 4870. I kind of want to run the 4870 first. Kind of like the card just because of how it looks. I think it looks nice. Like, it's red. I like red PCBs. But it doesn't look like it's some super low cost thing, like yeah, like these kind of, if you have these kinds of MOSFETs on your card, it's basically a super cheap one. This one has like proper MOSFETs on it. But yeah, and it just fell on. Yeah, that should be it for the video, getting to 15 minutes, so yeah, yeah, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this kind of inventory update or whatever. And I hope I'm gonna be seeing you soon when I'm finally mentioning these things. And until then, see ya.